Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For those of you who do not speak Arabic, that means may the peace, blessings and mercy of God be upon all of you. And just before I do speak my main points, I'd like to bring up the very important question, are we an anti-abortion group? If we were just an anti-abortion group, we would not be focusing on euthanasia. We're not an anti-abortion group, we are a pro-life group. We value the sanctity of life. And another thing I'd like to point out is a lot of people have misconceptions about what we represent and who our main demographics are. You don't have to be white, male and a Christian in order to be a pro-life person. Me personally, I'm a Muslim. I know other people from other religions, even secular people in the pro-life club. And they can be women as well, not necessarily just men. And we have to clear misconceptions about what we represent. Is freedom of speech. One thing that's really important about us is the fact that we have a right to speak due to the fact that we have freedom of speech. We pass all the categories of the people who are qualified for freedom of speech. We do not attack anyone, we do not physically assault anyone, we do not coerce anyone, and we do not spread any ideology advocating the harming of other people. Rather, what we actually do is we want to have these philosophical discussions. We want to have debates about morality. And moving on, the number one thing which bothers me about this whole referendum is the fact that similar ideologies could also be banned. Since the pro-life group upholds the sanctity of life, I would like to ask all of you, does that mean any other religious group, any other potential group which holds pro-life views, are they also going to be subject to this? That's the one thing that we must all really think about. So, the main point I'm trying to get across is that we're not just an anti-abortion group, we are a pro-life group. And we are not coercing anyone. We just want to state our views, we want to have discussions, and we want to be open with people. So does anyone have any questions?
My question is, so you say that you do not coerce, you do not do all of these negative things. They are all actions that are heavily associated with the pro-life movement in general. I'm not just talking about the pro-life movement on campus. I mean, the worldwide pro-life movement has been known to be violent and be coercive and be really harmful to a lot of people. Why is it that you feel that your particular arm of pro-life, same name, is not associated with all of the negative connotations?
Has anyone here heard of ISIS? The attacks they carry out in the name of Islam? Is every Muslim like an ISIS? Likewise, there might be other people in the pro-life, other people in this ideology. In this other ideology who might have extremist views, who might coerce people, but we do not. We stand up for pro-life. It literally means upholding the sanctity of life. We do not force other people. We're open to discussion. Yeah. Any other questions?
So the way I see it, when you advocate pro-life, you're advocating against the rights of women. So do you believe that other groups should be allowed to advocate against the rights of, for example, maybe religious groups, maybe other people? Because that's how I see it, what you're doing.
We are not advocating against the rights of women. We are advocating for the life of the child who is inside the woman.
I'll take one more question if there is one. Yep, Justine.
If you mean by advocating for the right of the baby inside the woman, you mean that women should become living incubators for 9 months. Is that correct? So that's what you believe in?
We don't see them as living incubators. Could you repeat that on the mic? I couldn't hear you.
If you were to be successful and pro-life laws were passed and women weren't allowed to get abortions, they would be forced to carry a baby against their choice for 9 months. That means they would be living incubators against their will for 9 months. Is that what you believe?
We believe they have the responsibility of raising the child inside their womb. But we do not believe they are living incubators. In the same way that a parent raising their child outside the womb, they're not an incubator either.
Thank you.